All right, we're starting. Go ahead, guys. Just make sure you duck.
Nice to meet you.
Day 3, Anime Expo 2015. This is the one panel everyone's been waiting for.
And I'm the CEO and producer at Studio 4C, and I am looking forward to showing you guys a lot of new stuff today.
Okay, the one on the Eiko Tanaka
from Studio 4C's accomplishments
from Studio 4C.
Let's go ahead and roll that.
All right, let's get to it.
Yes.
Cutscenes for Catherine. Thundercats. Nice.
That was pretty hype, right? Come on, give it up.
Really is, isn't it?
So you guys know someone with anime from Studio 4C? You guys recognize it? Yeah. Yes? Okay.
I've known a couple.
Yeah, I felt, I was really happy to see a lot of heads nodding in the audience, so thank you everyone for your support. And without further ado, let's go ahead and bring our other special guest, Inafune, onto the stage.
Here we go! The man, the legend. That was great.
This panel's getting more and more mysterious.
Yes.
じゃあ、Inafuneさんからも一言お願いします。
Sorry.
はい、
That's
こんにち
okay.
は。Inafuneです。こんにちは。はい、今年もですね、アニメエクスポに帰ってこられて本当に嬉しいです。皆さんにお会いできてですね、本当に昨年もこのパネル、僕のパネルに来てくれたっていう人いますか？
So I'm very flattered and honored to once again be invited to Anime Expo like this. And I want to see a show of hands. How many of you were here at my panel last year?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. はい、まあ皆さんご存知だと思いますけども、僕自身はですね、まあ学校時代にベガマンを、ずっとやってましてですね、鬼武者とかデッドライジングとかをやってきて、で今、コンセプトでですね、もうすぐ発売になりますけど、マイティナンバー9をやってますんで、皆さん応援してくだ
Can't
さい。
wait for that.
はい。
So you may know me from some titles like Mega Man,
Oh yeah.
and Dead Rising. And right now I am obviously have my company Comcept, and we are working on another game, Mighty Number 9, which is coming out very soon.
Couple of months from now.
And I believe there is a playable at Anime Expo. 今、Anime Expo でもその Mighty 9遊べますよね。
はい。 今物販のブース72番でですね、T シャツとか、マイティグッズを販売してて、そこで、1台ですけどプレイアブルあるんでぜひ遊んでほしいなと思います。
So if you haven't had the chance to get your hands on Mighty Number 9 yet, if you go to booth 72, I hear there's a playable going on. So do head over there after this panel.
Booth 72.
And get hyped up about Mighty Number 9.
So. I'll head back to the exhibit room when I have the time.
特別なニュースを用意してますので、ぜひ皆さんにですね、一番最初にお聞かせしたいなと思います。
And you guys are going to be the first in the world to hear some very, very special news. And there's been a teaser going around the internet, I think. なんかネットティーザーが流れてるっていう話はあるんですけど、それを見てみた方がいいんじゃないですか。Let's go ahead and take a look at this teaser if you haven't seen it already, for those of you.
I've seen it, but some people still can't believe it. It's already on YouTube, but for those that missed it, here it is. That's today, folks.
Who saw that video? Yes, yes, quite a bit of you. What does it mean? 稲谷さん、今の動画は一体何を意味しているんでしょうか？
そうですね、一応スタジオ 4C のですね、コンセプトで、ちょっと企みがありましてですね、面白いことをやってみたいっていうところがあってですね、それを詳しくはこの後お知らせしますけど、アニメとゲームってやっぱり近い存在なんで、アニメとゲームをどう融合させるかみたいなところのチャレンジをしています。はい。
So, Studio 4C and I have been kind of plotting and coming up with an evil plan. However, that being said, I really believe that anime and games are very, very closely tied to each other. And there's a lot of interesting things that can be done with both respective mediums, which is why we were really kind of exploring what kind of interesting, engaging projects and content we can come up with to entertain all of you guys.
打ち合わせした順番と全てが今違っててどうしていいのかちょっと今すごいこんがらがっていてちょっとアップセットしてますが、はい、ちょっと冷静にこの後私たちはどう説明していいかわからないんですけれども、もうこのティザーが流れたってことは私もこれを動く。
So this hasn't been quite fully according to script, and I may be in trouble later. However, having said that, I think now at this moment it's fair game for me to take off my jacket and show you guys a little something.
There it is, right there.
でもアニメね、僕実はアニメが大好きでですね、アニメのようなゲーム作りたいなっていうのを昔からずっと思っててですね、そこでピョード C さんとですね一緒に何かできたらっていうことで、本当になかなかアニメとゲームって一緒のようで仕事としては一緒じゃないので、仕事としても一緒にできたら面白いかなと思います。
I've always wanted to create a very anime-styled game, and while the two mediums are similar, there hasn't been too much crossover in the past. And I think this is a really great opportunity to explore some different ways those two mediums can be shared with each other.
実は去年私はアニメエキスポに初めて来たんですけれど、その時にグリーンルームというウェイティングルームで稲船さんとばったり会いまして、でそのことがきっかけで、その後稲船さんにその年の秋に なんか面白いことを一緒にできないですかとお話をしたら、じゃあ一緒に何かやりましょうよということで、この話が持ち上がったんですね。
So actually, I came to Anime Expo last year, and while we were in the green room, I met Inafune-san. And there we were talking about different ways we can explore these different mediums and different content, and we just said, hey, we should do something. Why don't we make something that is a combination of game and anime? And this all happened sort of last autumn. This is when it really kind of got launched into full force.
実は私の話でいいですか。Inafuneさんとはだいぶ前に知っておりまして、でそれはInafuneさんがそのカープコン時代にロックマンっていう、作品を作ってらっしゃる。その時のコマーシャルをスタジオ公式が2本作らせていただいたんですね。
So the very first encounter I had with Mr. Inafune actually was when he was still at Capcom. There was a game called Rockman, or better known as Mega Man.
Yes.
And Studio 4C actually produced a commercial for that a long, long time ago.
はい、本当に大昔ですけどね、一緒にやらせていただいて、本当に4°Cの仕事は本当素晴らしくてですね、お世辞でもなんでもなくて、クオリティが全然やっぱり CM 作っても違ってたんですね。でまたやりたいなっていう心の底には思ってた部分があって、でたまたま去年出会ってまた再開してっていう形でですね、何かやれたらということですね。
So actually that was a really, really long time ago, and if I reveal too much, it'll kind of date us, so I'll leave it at that. However, ever since then, I really felt that Studio 4C's animation quality was second to none. It's top-notch, and you guys saw the trailer just now about 4C's reel as well. And it's really been kind of a long time in the making, so I was very fortunate that last year we were able to meet and have this conversation again.
はい、みんな気になってるとね、思いますけど、いきますか？いっちゃいますか？ね。
Alright, so I think there are a lot of questions on your mind right now, and it's about time we go ahead and take the cloth off and reveal what it is we've been teasing.
Oh boy. The gloves are coming off.
自分たちがやりたいっていうところでですね、次行った方がいいんじゃない？なんか意味ありげなロゴが出てきましたけど。
So it's a little, this is your second teaser.
Oh, what?
はい、予想してた人いると思うんですけど、レッドアッシュっていうですね、新しいゲームを、はい、
How much did you need it?
の方で開始しました。
So I'm sure a lot of you have figured it out by now, but we started a second Kickstarter for the game Red Ash.
ちょっとビデオを見てください。
And I'd like to show you all a video.
Wait, did we see this already? Okay, this is new. This is new. Well, that didn't go well.
まあやったんだから文句言うね。待たせたな。
こんにちは、稲村圭司です。マイティナンバー9の制作もやっと終わってですね、次の挑戦をしたいと思います。次の挑戦は、昔、アニメの世界を駆け回るっていうゲームを作ろうとしたことがあります。あの時はですね、時代も早すぎて、なかなか受け入れられなかったことがあったんですけど、そういうことを考えているときに、スタジオ用のシートの出会いがあってですね、もしかすると用のシートを組むことによってこのアニメの世界をゲームにするっていうことが実現するんじゃないかなっていうことを思い始めました。本当の日本語アニメと本当の日本語ゲームを組み合わせて本当の意味でのアクション RPG をここで作り上げることができれば皆さんも喜んでもらえるんではないかなっていうふうに考えています。マイティナンバー9で僕たちはクリエイティブの自由を手に入れました。その自由を使ってですね、僕たちは新しい挑戦をしていこうと考えています。このレッドアッシュがその新しい挑戦です。皆さんの期待に応えられる本当の意味での日本の力を見てください。
This recording will stop in 20 minutes and it will start in a few seconds, but you can actually see it on Kickstarter for the full video. Nice. All right, I'm going to cut off a little bit, then back on. Oh, never mind.
これでしばらくは食うものには困らねえだろう。こいつのメモリーコアだけで半年は遊んでください。
This 20 minutes will be over, but again, you can see the full video on Kickstarter on that. He just walks out.
こいつを解体してやるぜ。
離れろよ、さあ、暑苦しいんだよ。
ねえ、イチャついてるとこ悪いけど先に中見せてもらうわよ。本当見かけによらず丁寧な射撃ね。メモリーコアに傷一つついてない。
お前なんで？
改造代もろもろ溜まってる
形になったと思うんですけども、やっぱりアニメの世界を中でも言ってましたけど、アニメの世界を駆け抜けるゲームを作りたいということでですね、僕らの夢を、ここに託したいと思ってるんで、ぜひ皆さんの協力していただければなというふうに思います。
So again, this is something that I really want to tie very closely with an anime. So as you've all seen with the footage, it has a lot of anime nuances in the game as well. So with all your support, I believe we can make this project happen.
はい。それとですね、この絵を見て、皆さん、どっかで見たことあるなと思ってる方いると思うんですけど、このメインの、キャラクターのデザインをしている、アーティストがですね、僕が、メガマンレジェンズをやってた時にですね、一緒にメインでキャラクターデザインをやってた、伊藤和志という人間が、このプロジェクトに参加しています。
And you might recognize some of the art that is used in this character design, and that is precisely because the lead artist and character designer is someone that I've worked with very closely back in the Mega Man days, Ito Kazuki.
だからメガマンレジェンズと同じタッチになってしまうので、似てると思われる方いると思うんですけど、メガマンレジェンズとの関係性はないです。はい。
And a lot of you might be thinking there might be some relationship with Mega Man Legends. However, I can say that that is not the case.
メガマンレジェンズを作ろうとするとやっぱりカプコンの許可いりますのでね。はい。
We would need Capcom's approval if we want to explore the Legends series again.
でも同じようなアニメの世界で駆け抜けるようなゲームをやりたいっていう気持ちをですね、ずっと持ってて、実現したいなっていうふうに思ってます。
And I've always wanted to again make this world that feels very anime and have players be able to run around and explore and interact with it.
はい。それとですね、一応このゲーム自体はですね、プロトタイプっていう形でですね、キックスターターでやりたいと思ってます。実際に、この手のゲームを作るとですね、相当のお金がかかるんで、プロトタイプの制作をしてですね、いい形の、ゲームになるんだっていうことを見せてですね、で、いろんな大きなパブリッシャーであったりとかところと話して、ゲームとしての完成まで持っていけたらと思ってます。
And to kind of show you a little bit of what we are planning with this game, we are looking to make a vertical slice prototype with this Kickstarter to prove to the world that this game has a lot of potential. And then from there, we want to accelerate even further by possibly tying up with some bigger companies or publishers.
はい。マイティナンバー9でですね、皆さんのおかげで、自分たちのやりたいゲームを作らせてもらってですね、でいい形で完成まで持ってこれてあとは発売を迎えるのみっていうふうになりましたけれども、同じようにですね、自分たちの夢と、皆さんのやりたいゲームっていうのを一致させてですね、でお届けできれば、日本のゲームっていうのがもっともっと世界で、活躍できるんじゃないかなと思います。
I believe this is really the path to make Japanese games more accepted and palatable to the rest of the world. And I really want to bring the dream and the game closer together. That is really what I want to do here.
はい。どうですか？
What do you guys think?
本当にゲーム作りが昔と変わってきてですね、本当にファンの力がないとなかなか作れないし、ファンのために作っていくんだっていう本来のですね、ゲーム作りに戻していきたいと思ってるんで、ぜひ力を貸してください。
And the game industry has changed quite a bit, as I'm sure you've all seen and experienced. And really, games can't be made without power from the fans. And I want to tap into that fan power and make a game with the fans together, collaborating along the way.
はい。さんと、どういう絡みがあるのかっていうの気になってると思うんで、
私が、
はい、実はですね、4°C も面白いこと考えてるんで、はい。
4°C、
And you're probably wondering by now, what does Studio 4C have to do with this? And they actually have a lot of interesting things planned for this, at which point I'll turn the mic over to Ms. Tanaka.
稲船さんの素晴らしいパワーをもらって、4°C はじゃあこのキャラクターとこのゲームとだったら 4°C はどんなことができるんだろうということを考えました。
And having received all of this Inafune power, I was looking at the characters, I was looking at the game, and we really started to think about how we can explore what we can do with this in the medium of an anime.
稲船さんはアニメの中を駆け巡るようなゲームを作りたかった。
And Inafune wanted to make a game in which characters or the players are able to almost explore a world you would imagine inside of an anime.
みんながゲームをすると、ゲームの中で、実はゲームの中で、皆さんは主人公になれるんですけど、アニメの中ではなかなか主人公になることができないっていうのは、すごい実はゲームとアニメの大きな違いで、アニメにとってのハードルだと思ってたんですね。
And one of the very big challenges that I was concerned with making the anime is that in a game, of course, the players are able to take the role of the protagonist. You're playing a role, you're inserted into this world as the first-person perspective. However, as you are all familiar in anime, that's much more difficult.
でも、アニメもなんかゲームのような楽しみ方はできないだろうかということを考えて、宝探しアニメーションというのを考えてきました。
And so we were exploring ways that you can kind of enjoy anime in the same way you would enjoy a game, which is where we came up with the concept of the treasure hunt anime.
最終的には映画として、全世界で公開をしたいというふうに考えているんですが、まずはファーストステップでステップを重ねていって、宝探しを続けていくアニメーションです。
So in this animation, viewers will be encouraged to sort of search for treasure, and of course the first step is getting there. But this is a movie that I want to be able to release and show and share with the entire world.
スタジオ 4°C に集まる、本当に精鋭のクリエイターたち、それから日本で素晴らしい才能を発揮しているクリエイターたち、そして、これからもっともっと才能を発揮するだろうアニメ界にいるまだ知られてない才能たち、その才能たちを全部集めたアニメが作れたらこんなすごいことはないと考えています。
And I truly believe that part of that treasure hunt happens on the production side as well. I will be searching for the greatest talent that Studio 4C has already worked with in the past, in addition to up-and-coming visionaries and creators to create a movie that is truly, truly epic.
今回は
Alright, and at this point, I think there is another video we'd like to share with everyone here, and it'll get you really hyped up. Let's go ahead and switch it.
Konnichiwa, アニメーション制作会社スタジオ 4°C とゲーム制作会社コンセプトがキャラクター原案と宝探しというファクターをベースに全く別のアニメーションとゲーム
ために、スタジオ 4C では、今回監督に初チャレンジする、佐野を、今日、来ていただきます。紹介します。
And I would like to introduce everyone to our director, Sano, who is going to take on this challenge of making an anime that features various different stages. Please help us welcome him to the stage, Sano. Hello everyone, I am Sano, the director of the Red Ash Animation.
今日は皆さんの前でこのプロジェクトを発表できて大変嬉しく思ってます。
And I'm really happy to be able to show and share this project with everyone here today.
僕はですね、これが初の長編の監督ということでですね、まだまだ、未熟なところもあるんですけれども、逆にその未熟さというか、新しさをですね生かしてどんどん新しい表現とかですね、ユニークなこと、今までできなかったようなアニメーションの表現っていうのをどんどん追求していきたいと思ってますので、皆さんぜひサポートしてほしいと思ってます。
And this is incidentally going to be my first feature-length film animation. However, that being said, I want to explore a lot of new expression, new ways to show the greatness of Japanese animation, how everything gets deformed. And everything with that in mind, I really want to encourage everyone to support us in this venture. Can you pull up the website, the page?
Oh wow. 17,000 for the animation, close to 3.
本日、レッドアッシュも同じプロジェクトで、スタジオのシーンを
set the goal here.
Kickstarter これが初めてです。
Oh, not that much. 150.
I'm very nervous right now because this is Studio 4C's first time using Kickstarter, but to coincide with the launch of the game, we are also launching our Kickstarter for the anime as well.
The subtitle is Majisakata.
はい、ですね、アニメとゲームの連動ということでですけど、単純にですね、ゲームの中の、中にあるアニメを4°C さんにお願いするとかですね、そういう単純な絡みではなくてですね、お互いのクリエイティブを尊重し合いながら、お互いの、新しいものを生み出していくっていうチャレンジをですね、やろうっていうのが今回の狙いです。
And our collaboration isn't simply to have the cutscenes in the middle of the game be animated by Studio 4C, because that would be almost too superficial. What we are trying to do here is truly express and explore different ways in which the same IP can be shown through different mediums.
ゲームの良さとアニメの良さっていうのは別々にありますし、共通している部分ももちろんあるんで、その別々の良さを生かしつつですね、皆さんに新しいこういうなんとかな世界を体験してほしいなっていうふうに思います。
And of course, games and anime, they have their similarities, but even more so, they have their differences. And what we are truly trying to do here is explore those differences and use them to the best of their capacity through that medium.
はい。で、ちょうどアニメエキスポがやっぱりアニメファンとゲームファンが集まる、一番大きなイベントの一つだと思ってますんで、ここのみんなに一番最初に伝えたかったっていうのが、本音です。
wanted to share this with everyone here today because Anime Expo is probably one of the biggest gatherings of anime and game fans, and there was no better stage than Anime Expo to show and explore this very, very new sort of challenge that we are trying to overtake.
それぞれの個性が出てると思うんでですね、でスタッフも、もちろんヨトシーさんがもう最高のスタッフを集めてますし、うちもゲーム作る上でですね最高のスタッフを集めてますんで、ぜひウェブサイトの方に行ってですね、見てください。
And both of us independently are gathering the possibly best staff in the both gaming and anime industries right now. So to find out more information, you can go to the respective website and see what kind of team we are putting together to make this happen. And at this point, I'd like to open up the mic to the audience. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions.
All right, here we go, Q&A session.
We don't have too much time, so you better hurry.
So I'm gonna stop here. Begin anew.
実はプレゼントを用意しててですね、
Okay, back on now.
いい質問を、とってもいい質問をしてくれた人にですね、僕も着てますこのレッドアッシュの T シャツをプレゼントします。サイン入りです。
And we actually have a little bit of swag up here, and these will go to the people who ask the best questions. So I hope all your questions are good, provocative, and well thought out, thought-provoking. With that in mind, this T-shirt is the first item that I have with an autograph on it as well.
それと、スタジオの C は急遽頑張ってアニメエクスポのために作ってきました。全部でスタッフが来てるのも含めて6枚。
Some people are leaving right now, but
And also an autographed Studio 4C T-shirt. Unfortunately, we were making this at the very last minute, and we only have 6 of them. This is one of 6 that we will be giving out.
ヨドシは質問してくれた順に差し上げます。
As far as Studio 4C, you asked a really good question again. The first good question will get the one and only shirt.
And Genius Party. Genius Party and Genius Party Beyond is...
a lot of people are leaving already.
ヨドシのアーティストたちが
So moving up, I guess.
っていういろんなタイプの作品たちのパンフレットですね。
And this is a pamphlet that outlines the Studio 4C and of course their best artists. As you can see, it's got a lot of great art in here. I'll show you. So you'll also have the chance to get one of these. All right, and without further ado.
Yeah, apologies right now because a lot of people passing through here. Or getting off, actually.
I have to ask about the recent trend of using Kickstarter funding for anime and video games, like Shenmue 3, and here we are. And I think we all know that just $800,000 is not enough to make a video game or an anime feature. So even if you're apparently trying to get away from sponsors, you're still going to have to work with them eventually to get the rest of the funding that you need. And we're going to end up buying the product eventually. So I'm wondering what advantages the Kickstarter funding is for you, and what you think about the Kickstarter business model, and how is it a better deal for you or for us, or is it a bad deal?
Thank you very much. Kickstarter に関する最近のトレンドを見てますが、ゲームであったり、アニメであったり、こういうイメージがKickstarter のそれと立ち上げてるんですけど、Kickstarter に関するというか、これは今後こういうモデルでいろいろ変化していくので、にしたいです。
はい、そうですね。今新しいものを生み出すことがなかなか難しくなってきている時代だと思ってるんですね。大きなパブリッシャーがやっぱり新しいものにお金出すよりも今ある既存の、フランチャイズに対してお金を投入するっていう日本でもアメリカでも同じ現象が起こっててですね、当然売れるものにお金出すのは企業として当たり前なんですけど、それだと僕たちクリエイターがですね新しいものを生み出していけないっていう状況にあります。でそこで、キックスターターっていうファンの力があれば新しいも してほしいなっていうふうに将来は思っています。
I really feel that in this modern era, it's very, very hard to create anything new. Like you look around, you don't see too much new. Even the big companies, they have reboots and franchises that they'll continue to, push and market. However, when you truly want to create something new, that's a huge, huge challenge as a creator because you don't have the opportunity, especially with the big corporations. And I think that's where Kickstarter comes in to bridge the gap between creators' ideas and the fans.
スタジオ4としては皆さんがクリエイターに期待してくれるということが分かると、それはとても励みになります。
And it's very encouraging to see all the support that people have for the creators themselves, because that's what we're really doing, closing that gap between the creators and fans.
Thank you. ありがとうございました。
Next question, make it short and quick so we can get through as many people as possible.
Hello, Mr. Inafune. I've been a fan of your games since I was a kid, and I'm very excited for Red Ash. My question to you is, what made you decide to make an open world game this time? And as a request from a fan, would you ever be open to making a back battle network?
そうですね、やっぱりオープンワールド、完全なオープンワールドではないかもしれないですけど、オープンワールド的なものっていうのは、やっぱゲームクリエイターとしては憧れでありますし、僕自身、昔、メガマンレジェンズの時にですね、オープンワールドに挑戦してですね、誰よりも早く挑戦して先に行き過ぎたっていうことを思ってるので、今の時代ほとんどのビッグタイトルがオープンワールドでですね、俺が先にやってたのにっていうのをすごく悔しい思いしてるんで、今回今の時代に合わせた形でやってみたいなと思ってます。
I really want to explore the sort of open world medium. It might not be like true open world in that sense. However, that being said, with Mega Man Legends, I felt like I was on the almost pioneering stage. And now that you see a lot of games kind of adopt that model, there's something very charming to creators about the open world and that vast possibility of exploration.
Thank you.
And what was the second part of your question?
Would you ever be open to making a Mega Man battle network?
Or a Mighty Man?
ネットワークはカプコンしか作れないんでね。
Next question, please.
Well, thank you guys for coming out. I'm a huge Studio 4C fan, and I would just like to thank you, Inafune Tanaka, for all your hard work on stuff like Tekken King and all that stuff. My question is, Studio 4C has sort of had this like classic, twisted, beautiful animation that it's well known for. And I was wondering, are you guys going to try to stick to that sort of classic Studio 4C look for this project? Or are you going to try to like synthesize it with some sort of video game stuff, or go for a new idea?
Yeah, a lot of people is coming for the next panel. Because when I came in here, they don't form a line because it's back to back to back here at the Petri Hall.
That is exactly what we're trying to do. Push that awesome style of 4C style. Thank you. Next question.
So I've always noticed that Studio 4C's art has been very like interesting and unique. Is there like some kind of inspiration you got from like that inspired that unique look, or is it just something you came up on your own one day?
すごいスタジオ 4C 独特のスタイルっていうのは他のところから影響を受けたり、それで海外の方々にも4C ならではの会社内だけでやってきた
わからない。いろんなタイプの作品を作っていて、いつもスタジオ構成らしいって言われるんですけど、どこに秘密があるか私もわからない。ただやってるのはクオリティの高い作品を作ることです。
Our
喜んでもらいたい。
Our true mission statement is to create a piece of content that is very, very high in quality. So with that being said, where the inspiration comes from each individual project is on a more project by project basis. However, we are always trying to pursue and achieve greatness and quality.
Thank you. So, you want please reach out. Yeah. Thank you. ありがとう。
Hello. Question for you, Sam. About my number 9. Do you have a lot of references or shout-outs to robots and sci-fi media?
We should be done soon. Normally the panel ends now.
マイティナンバー9の、ロボットっていうのは僕らが子供の頃にやっぱりロボットアニメで育ってるんでそのなんか DNA みたいなのが体に染み込んでいる部分っていうのがあってですね日本人ってやっぱりすごいロボットに対して、なんていうのかなもう本当に多分アメリカの人には分かんないぐらいのこう思い入れがあってですねでその思い入れが自然と出てくる部分があるんでそういう思いを中心に作ってるんでなんか勝手に出てくる感じですよね。
I think a lot of the robots that you see is almost ingrained in our DNA, so to speak, because Japan loves robots, and we grew up with robots, especially in my generation. Therefore, what you see is kind of what is just kind of radiating from our experiences and what has affected us throughout our career. Thank you. Next question. Last question.
Oh, this is the last one. Yeah, I figured as much. Yep. Man, there are a lot of people lining up too.
Really quick.
So many people, so little time.
Sorry, I'm super nervous. So I'm a traditional, I'm a 2D animation student here in America. I'm a tremendous fan of all your guys' work. It's been very inspiring for me, and I hope someday to do traditional. I'm really trying, okay? Relax, man, come on. I'll just get right to it. Do you think that electing to use 3D animation in an anime series might be damaging to 2D animation, might be putting it sort of to a slower, do you think it might be
2D versus 3D animation, right? Having 3D showing 2D.
And that it's cheaper and that it's... Right.
最近やっぱりこう純 2D がすごい好きなんですが最近結構 3D がいろんな形で、系統でアニメーションに出てきているんですがそういったこう 3D が 2D に入ってくるというのに関する感想
スタジオ C の作品、最初のメモリーズにも 3D が入ってるしテコンキングリーズにもたくさんデルセルフにもたくさん入ってるんですが自然に入っていて分からないように作ってます。3D も 2D もアニメーションを作るための一つの技術です。そう考えています。
I truly believe that 3D is really a tool that we have to use and master. So it's all about how you use it in the context of your anime. And in Memories and Tekken King 3 and Berserk, there are 3D omnipresence everywhere. However, we pursue and aspire to make sure that that 3D is well covered in a mass and art style of 2D, and that's kind of our goal.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we are out of time, and that's going to be our last question.
Yeah. So I think that is it. Let's see if there.
And lastly, just to wrap up, I think a lot of you got the survey as a chance to be able to tour either one of Concept or Studio 4C. So be sure to fill that out and put it in the box. They will be raffling the winners at Crunchyroll's booth tomorrow at 11. So stay tuned, and 8 lucky people will be able to see the inside of their studios. And the winners will be notified via mail because I believe here.
I think I'm going to end this one right here. That's it for me here.